Attention, Neophyte viewers.
Big changes are afoot.
But beginning on July 10th, 2006,
Neophyte.tv will be switching to a daily format.
That's right.
Instead of once a week, you'll now be able to get your daily dose of the debating duo 5 days a week.
Packaged into highly watchable single-serving portions.
Good. Subscribe right now to make sure you don't miss a single episode, and tune in to
.neo-fight.tv today.
Hi there, and welcome to Neophyte.tv, the technology review with 2 points of view. My name's Ben Friedman.
And I'm Tiffany Young, and every Monday we bring you 2 unique points of view on some of the latest gadgets, technology, and websites.
Don't forget to visit our website at www.neo-fight.tv to subscribe to this podcast. You can also use the links there to send us an email or use the audio voice link to send us a voice message using your computer's microphone.
This week we'll be covering the virtual reality website SecondLife.com, SunRocket voice over IP service, our first mobile spotlight on the Audi A8, and answer some of your mail.
But first, let's take a look at some of the news making headlines this week.
Responding to pressure from irked Windows users, Microsoft last week released an updated version of its anti-piracy program that changes the frequency in which the program checks for pirated or counterfeit copies of Windows. Since WGA's release last year, users have complained of bugs in the program that identified legitimate copies of Windows as counterfeit. A privacy advocate also accuses the WGA notifications of acting like spyware, since it sends information about a user's PC back to Microsoft automatically without letting the users know exactly what information is being sent.
Ending more than a year of speculation and rumors, Google is releasing its much-awaited online payment system. The system, called Google Checkout, has been designed to simplify and streamline business-to-consumer e-commerce transactions by letting buyers store their purchasing information with Google. That way, users can store contact details, payment preferences, and shipping information once instead of having to enter that information separately with multiple merchants. Google Checkout also provides shoppers with purchasing history and reimburses them for unauthorized purchases.
Intel is hoping that Woodcrest, the first of several next-generation processors scheduled to debut in the next few months, will help it regain footing in a server market that has increasingly emphasized higher performance and lower power demands. AMD has been chipping away at Intel's domination of the server market. In April, AMD cited numbers from Mercury Research that had it increased its share of the market from 16% in the fourth quarter of 2005 to 22% in the first quarter of this year. A year ago, AMD accounted for just 7% of the server market. Intel holds most of the remaining market. Every major server vendor, including Dell, HP, and IBM, plans to introduce servers based on the new Intel chip.
Getting rid of old tech gear is about to get a little easier thanks to Dell's expanded recycling program. Set to go in effect by September, the new program will offer free recycling for all Dell-branded products. Previously, the company's free recycling program was available only to consumers who purchased a replacement product from Dell. The new policy eliminates the purchase requirement. The service also includes free at-home pickup of the used computer products.
Sony will replace hard disks with flash memory when it launches a new model of its Vaio U laptop next week. The computer will be one of the first on the market that will use flash memory in place of hard drive storage. Flash has long been eyed as a potential replacement for hard drives because it's lighter, runs silently, offers faster data access, and uses less power, but price has always been an obstacle. The cost per bit of flash storage is still more expensive than hard drives, but it has fallen to a level where some PC makers are experimenting with flash drives. The Vaio UX90 will come with 16 gigabytes of flash memory storage in place of the 30 gigabyte hard drive on the original model. It will cost around $1,805 or about $345 more expensive than the disc-based model. It will go on sale in Japan on July 3rd.
Verizon Wireless plans to prorate its early termination fees starting this fall, reducing the amount customers pay to end their service early. Most mobile service providers charge large fees in the event the customer wants to terminate their contract early. Verizon Wireless wants to become the first player in the U.S. market to do something about this top consumer complaint. The company believes that it won't affect their revenues much and could result in happier customers.
24hourstaff.com's affordable, cutting-edge technology allows you to get customers and deliver truly remarkable customer service 24 hours a day.
Our advice is simple. You have 24 hours a day to grow your business. Act like it.
Call systems, messaging, operator, faxing, your own toll-free number.
So go 24/7 and use our affordable technology to grow your business.
24hourstaff.com.
And welcome back to Neophyte.tv. You may notice that Tiffany and I look a little different than normal.
You think?
For this particular. And might I say, by the way, that you look very good. I really like that dress. It's very interesting.
Thank you. I think this cost me $150 in the, I don't know where I got it from, but it was a dress shop.
Right, and in fact, it's not $150. It's $150 Linden.
Oh, thank you.
They're called
That's
Linden.
Right.
For those of you who don't know what
Linden.
the heck we're talking about and why we look like this, Tiffany and I are actually doing this segment from inside SecondLife.com. And Second Life is a website that is and a software program from a company called Linden Labs. And it's basically a virtual world. You can log on, doesn't cost anything. You can get on there. They have currency. They don't call them dollars. They call them Linden. And you can buy stuff and walk around. You can buy land. You can sell land. And there are some very odd people.
Definitely. Definitely. It's just such an odd kind of place to be in the second world. You know, it feels real because you can see yourself, you know, with the gestures, and you can dress yourself or whatever you want to do, and change your appearance, and you run into other people.
Yourself. For instance, there's that story of the first time you were in here when we were getting ready to do this, and you didn't realize how to put a dress on, and you ended up sort of taking all your clothes off.
Yeah, I was standing there naked, waiting for, and I felt sort of naked.
Did you feel naked?
I did it was
You're naked under those clothes?
It was weird. It was really strange. I was waiting for someone else to walk in, you know, and I just thought, wow, I mean, somebody could really kind of lose themselves if they didn't have maybe a firstlife.com, you know. They could really kind of, you know, lose themselves walking around in here because you interact with other people.
So you can fly around if you want to get around places quickly. You can teleport from place to place if you want to go in there. Right. But to be honest with you, I found that it's kind of like life in that there's a lot of boring stuff that happens as well.
There is. The most exciting thing that happened to me was I accidentally purchased 2 of these same dresses. I lost one. Someone found it for me and put it in Lost and Found and left me a note saying, you lost your dress. Curious as to why.
You lost your dress.
Right. And then, you know, that was nice of them to put it in Lost and Found when they could have very well put it on themselves and worn it right out, you know, into their life. And
just like life here, you can work here, you can shop and buy things. There are stores you can go into. There's casinos you can go into gamble.
People actually set up shops here.
There are actual shops. Yeah, you have to build them from scratch. And if you don't know how to build them, there are builders here that you can buy. You know, stores, and they'll build them for you.
Right, and it's just. By the way, I was wondering how. So, other than working, how do you get more money, more Linden dollars?
That's a good question. I think you can you can buy dollars using your credit card and what have you. And so you can do that. You can actually put money into the game and take money out of the game.
Right.
Or you can do it as we do it. You can just do it for free.
You can take money out. So you're saying that you can make money in here?
There are people that make money. In fact, there was recently a lawsuit.
What?
Yeah, there was a lawsuit about a guy who had found a way to buy land very, very cheaply, Linden land, I guess, and then he was selling it off to people, and there was some illegality about it, and he ended up suing Linden Labs. I think and this is still an ongoing trial.
Wow.
Because you could turn that into real money.
Absolutely.
I know,
right.
It's bizarre, and it was, I don't know all the details of it, so I don't want to, try the case. But you know, this what goes on here in Second Life very much affects what happens on the outside world.
That is absolutely amazing. It reminds me of like Matrix, only not. You
Right.
know?
Yeah.
Like, you know?
One concern I had is that pretty much everyone in here seems to be sort of adult oriented. You know,
Right.
like the women are all wearing next to nothing, and they all have.
And the men are always like 5 feet taller than
They're all tall and buff, and the
Right.
women all have breasts that would impress the guys that put up Stonehenge.
Exactly.
I mean, you know, large proportions and all that
Well,
stuff.
I mean, you go in Second Life and no plastic surgery required. You can, go in there for free and make your waist as small as you want and your
Go ahead, say it. Say it.
breasts as big as you want. Oh, I said it.
Yes. So
You could do anything you want, in here. Oh, I also noticed too, it was a little bit lonely. Even though you're making your breasts as big as you want, I noticed that you don't always run into.
it's not all about breast size. I
Well,
think in here you actually have to have some
It's
people
about
to meet.
image. I think it's about image. Like if you're a land baron
Right.
and it's just so.
I did try
interesting.
talking to a few people, and they were very nice, and they were cool, and and all that stuff. But I kind of got bored of it after a little while. Maybe it's because I'm not into it. Maybe it appeals to a younger mindset. I
Well,
don't know.
look how much time it takes.
It
just
takes
to
a lot of time.
Yeah, just had to get dressed. To even figure out which direction you're going. You have to have a lot of bandwidth.
Right. And I think the graphics need work too. It's even as nice as it is, because you're doing so much. It's a whole world. The graphics are still a little blocky.
Right.
Maybe the version 2 of this, thirdlife.com.
Right.
Will be even better. But, I think it's innovative. It's brand new. We've never seen this thing before. I worry about the adultness of it. There could be predatory situations, that
Almost
sort of thing
like,
that come up, like MySpace and
Right.
those sort of things. So, I gave it a 3 out of 5.
I think it's a really interesting place to visit. I think that you have to have a lot of time on your hands in order to come in and actually get anything done. Like something as simple as like getting dressed and trying to go somewhere takes a lot of time. It's very innovative, though. I mean, I really have to say I've never seen anything quite like this before. Granted, I'm not out in computer land as often maybe as you are, and I don't see exactly what you see all the time. But it's very innovative. As it stands now, I'm going to give it a 2 out of 5. I'm giving it a 2 out of 5, and that is because I found myself naked and lost half the time I was in there. So it's a 2 out of 5 for me.
So that's 3 out of 5 for me, 2 out of 5 for Tiffany. So that's 5 out of 10 for SecondLife.com. And we'll be back in the real world right after this.
Are you looking to step up to the next level of HD video editing? Did you think that real-time HD editing solutions were out of your reach? If so, it's time to take a look at the Matrix Axio LE real-time editing platform, available at a breakthrough price. It features no render, HD, and SD finishing in compressed and uncompressed formats, superior real-time color correction tools, advanced real-time effects, and a full complement of analog and digital audio and video inputs and outputs, all at a price point that puts it within the reach of any video studio. Find out more today at www.matrox.com/video.
And welcome back to Neophyte.tv. Voice over IP. Everyone's talking about it. It's the latest craze. VoIP.
VoIP?
VoIP.
Oh,
V-O-I-P.
another
VoIP.
new term.
It's a new term.
I
VoIP.
need like a technology dictionary.
Do you know like a lexicon or a glossary or something like that?
Yeah, exactly. So just so we can speak the same language sometimes.
Voice over IP is...
Luckily, I'm here to translate.
Right. She can tell you the I do
I'd be
the
like,
geek
come
speak. and-
again? What?
Yeah, huh? Voice over IP is using your broadband internet connection to give yourself a telephone line.
Right.
And the good voice over IP services these days work just like telephones. They let you hook up your regular everyday telephone to a little box that converts it into your router, and it's just like having a regular phone line at home.
Right.
This week we're looking at a service, a fairly new service that's come on the market recently called SunRocket. SunRocket Voice over IP service. I got to tell you, so far, very impressed with this service. Let me give you the basic overview.
Okay, please do.
Once you sign up, they send you this little telephone interface, as it's called, and this gets very easily hooked up with these color-coded wires to your router, And then if you need to hook it up, you can either hook it up in front of your router or behind your router. I just plug this straight into one of the ports on my router. They're all open because I use wireless most of the time.
Right.
So I had a port there, and then in the other plug, you plug in your phone. If you don't have a phone, the nice thing about SunRocket service is it comes with a free phone. It comes with this very cool Uniden phone, and it comes with 2 handsets, so you can put one, near this. It has to be near this, obviously, because it has to reach by a wire to this. The other one you could put, wherever, across in your bedroom or kitchen or somewhere else. It took me about 5 or 10 minutes to log on to their website and set up my phone number. You get to choose, from a list of a few different phone numbers, choose your area code.
Right.
And boom, I was up and running. Picked the phone up, started making phone calls.
So it's basically like just setting up your wireless at home with your wireless, internet. Only it's with telephone line.
And this is $199 a year, which works out to $17 something a month.
Now, did you buy the box, or is that on lease, or did you just purchase it? Now, the only thing about this phone, I just have to say something about this phone because I have the same phone. The thing about this phone is that you cannot do 2 things at once with this phone and try and put it on your shoulder.
Too small.
No, you hang up on your person.
Oh, you hang up on the person?
Yeah. I think I've actually hung up on you a couple of times, actually, on this phone.
I thought you just didn't like what I had to say.
Well,
that thing I said about your mother.
Yeah. That might have done it. Okay, maybe I hung up on you once on accident. No, I'm kidding. So anyway, you can't hold that phone. But
keep in mind, this phone has nothing to do with the service.
Well, no, I realize that, but it does come with, it comes as a package.
But you can use this with any telephone, any regular standard phone. You don't have to use this phone, but it does come with this phone. So,
now, the other thing I wanted to ask you about this is don't you have to actually, if you want to go out of the country, say Singapore, anywhere you want to go, don't you actually have to take this with you?
If you want to take your phone with you, that's right. Some services like Vonage, which is the one I use at home right now, they have what's known as a soft client or a PC client, where you can run it on your computer, and it basically gets you a little telephone on your computer, and you can just plug a headset in your computer and make phone calls. This service, SunRocket, at least not yet, maybe they'll introduce it, they don't have it right now, so if you wanted to take it with you, you would need to take this whole package with you.
Right.
Take this and a telephone, and then you could plug it into your hotel, and it'd be like having your home phone.
Now, so the hotel will probably charge whatever they charge, right, for their connection fee?
Yeah, the $10 a day broadband fee or whatever.
Right, their connection fee, but then other than that, you're free. So you're calling Singapore to Mexico and back at your, $199 a year.
Exactly, the phone thinks that it's in... the phone thinks it's in wherever you have set it up area code-wise.
Now, let me ask you another question. So wherever you have it set up, so if you were to make a 911 call, say off of something like this, it was not going to route you to the right place either.
Yeah, see, this is the problem. Is if let's say you set this up with a 480 area code for here in Phoenix, and you tell SunRocket, oh, I'm in Phoenix, and then you take this to Singapore, and you dial 911, the police go to Phoenix.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Because they don't know where you are.
Exactly.
So that is a concern with all, and that's nothing to do with these guys. That's to do with all of these. One bad side on mine, I haven't used this enough to really experience it, but from looking at the websites, there has been some problems with customer service. A lot of people say they call SunRocket and they don't get a very good response.
Yeah, I heard that as well.
I have found that with Vonage, though, and I use Vonage. I've used Vonage for a couple of years now, and I must admit, Vonage's customer service I've called them and they haven't called me back, and sometimes there are outages, so I wouldn't necessarily hold that against SunRocket because it seems to be sort of par for the course for a lot of voice over IP companies.
Well, they're evolving. They're not quite there yet.
For that matter, when was the last time you called your regular phone service and got decent,
I was just going to say that.
Call Cox Cable or Quest or whomever you have. Right. If you get it from Quest, I don't think they're known for their stellar customer service.
No, they'd like to say they are.
They do like to say they are.
I have had more bad experiences than good, I do have to say, and that is really par for the course. However, you start flooding the market with more competition, and let's see who steps up. Someone's going to step up,
yes,
and it's going to be word of mouth, and we're all probably going to end up being streamlined to one or two. Superior providers that provide the whole package, right?
Well, I'm very impressed with the SunRocket service. It was easy to set up, and it comes with the whole package, the adapter and the phone, everything you need. So I give this a 5 out of 5. Right.
I think it's great, too. I think it has some issues to work out, such as customer service, which goes really along and very par for the course with the other service providers that are out there at this time. I would like to see, what's it called, soft-based?
Soft client.
Soft client, soft client. I'd like to see soft client available through this. So, when you travel, we all know how much stuff that requires to travel.
You're
one
not
less
really going to
thing
want to take that all. Take it along with you.
One less thing to travel with. So I'm going to give this a 3 out of 5.
So that's 3 out of 5 for Tiffany and 5 out of 5 for me. That's 8 out of 10 for the SunRocket Voice over IP service.
And we'll be right back.
The last few years has seen a proliferation of handheld devices, from cell phones to PDAs to iPods. Yet our clothing has not kept up with this technological advancement, until now. The technology-enabled clothing system from Scott eVest utilizes a patented, hidden personal area network to free users from the tangled wires of cell phone earbuds, CD or MP3 headsets, digital phone cards, battery extenders, and so on. Match this with specially designed pockets that let you carry your gear without visible bulk, and you've got a garment made for today's high-tech lifestyle. Visit their website to see the full line of stylish clothing for the technologically advanced at www.scottevest.com.
Hi, and welcome back to Neophyte.tv. Welcome to our first mobile segment. In this segment, I'm going to be covering the Audi A8 2006, and this is truly an amazing car. It's very, very convenient. A couple of features that this car has, first of all, is when I get in this car, I absolutely have to do basically nothing. This key is wireless, so as long as I have it on my persons or in my handbag, all I have to do is just have it around me, and the car will automatically unlock as I come to the door. It automatically will start with the push of a button, so I just have to push the brakes, start the car. Love that feature. Secondly, it has wireless Bluetooth telephone. So I have my telephone, which is Bluetooth, and I have that in my handbag. So it automatically connects to the system right here, which is really, really great. And this is the display, and it connects to your telephone keypad that's on your display. And you can go ahead and make calls and do everything you need to do without even touching your cell phone at all, which is truly amazing. Another great product, I just love this car, can you tell? Another great product that Audi offered with this car was that it has this display that does come in and out of the dash, which I absolutely adore as well. Basically, when you're driving at night, you don't have to look at the screen if you don't want to. Also, it's hidden from view, so people can't, come in and check out all your gadgets. It's hidden, so I like that about it. Another product that has come out in addition to also increase your experience as a driver these days is the Cell Cup. And this is a pretty neat little product because it just goes right in your drink holder, and it's pretty secure, not bad. And you could put your iPod right in here. You could put your pens and whatever else you need right in here. And the last product that we're going to cover is the Auto Exec Mobile Desk, and this is a really neat product as well. It seat belts right into your vehicle, so it's not going to go anywhere in the event of a sudden stop or and such things. And then what happens is with this desk is it really slides out pretty seamlessly over your whole console area, so you have an area to write with, which makes it very, very easy and seamless if you're doing a lot of traveling and, say, work out of your car. So this is a great product as well. So it gets a little bit stuck, as you can tell, coming in and out, and it's a little bit shaky, but really not bad. I mean, if you are doing a lot of work in your car, this is definitely a good product. You can put your desktop under here. You can put your files over here. You've got another caddy for pen holders and such over here. So overall, I think that we are really in a great technology era to have nice cars with nice gadgets to go in them. Of course, the other part of that is affording it all. And we'll be right back.
If you're looking for a custom-built computer system created to the exact specifications you're looking for, look no further than Puget Custom Computers at www.pugetcustomcomputers.com. Puget builds computers the way you want them built. They work hard to take the hype out of computer building, to help you make good decisions, and to help save you from paying for things you don't need. It's their goal to provide you with everything you need to have a hassle-free computing experience. For your next PC, look up www.pugetcustomcomputers.com.
And welcome back to Neophyte.tv. This is the portion of the show where we try to answer some of the email that gets sent to us each week. And our first email is, what's the best way to duplicate my homemade DVDs? What do you think?
Well, my personal experience has been with a DV Direct. A lot of computers don't have secondary DVD.
That's Sony DV Direct product?
Correct. It's Sony, but I didn't want to give a brand name. I mean, there's other DV Directs out there, isn't there, besides Sony?
Well, they don't call themselves DV Direct.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
But you mean an external DVD burner.
Exactly. Yeah. A Sony DV Direct or like device would work. A lot of computers don't have double DVD players on them or DVD drives on them. So I found that the DV Direct, the Sony that I actually use, to be very seamless and very quick. Now, if you're doing, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 DVDs, you can actually put in there how many copies you want to make, and then just keep feeding them.
And then you have to swap discs.
And then you swap discs.
Let me tell you, and that works great if you're doing 2, 3, 4, 5. If you need to do, some people want to duplicate 10, 20, or 50.
Right.
I use a service called discmakers.com.
Okay.
And they have a pricing structure where you can send them a disc and they'll make 10, 20, 50, 100, 1,000.
Nice, right.
It doesn't matter how many. They'll do one. I think one is like $8,
right,
and 1,000 is like $1.
Wow.
So you're on a sliding scale anywhere in there. And just if you need 20, you can make 20, and they're like $5 each.
And the quality's good?
Quality's fantastic. They stand by it, they guarantee it. They'll print on the disc and they'll put it in a jacket if you want. That's extra.
Right.
But if you want, you can. It's a good way. You don't have to sit there.
It's like print on demand.
If you've got 50 to do, what a pain to have to sit there and swap 50 discs. You're going to be there all night.
Right.
So doing something like that. Our second email is, I see the letters RSS on your website. What does that mean? I've actually gotten this email a couple of times. RSS stands for Real Simple Syndication. And it basically is a way for you to go to all the websites that you like that have RSS, and instead of you having to go there all the time, when new content comes out on those websites, it gets sent to you. You don't have to go to it gets sent to you. So for instance, here's an RSS reader that a lot of people have, iTunes.
Right.
iTunes will go in there to a website like ours, and whenever we post a new podcast, iTunes, it'll automatically, if you use the RSS feed on our page, iTunes will automatically always have the latest version.
Nice, right.
It's not just for podcasts. If you have a news website like Yahoo News or Google News, they're RSS web pages. You can get an RSS reader, and you could put Yahoo News on it and Google News on it, and your top 10 favorite news sites.
Right.
And then there you would have in one page all the news from that as soon as the news comes out.
That's great. It saves you a lot of time. Definitely.
It does, and you don't have to be constantly,
so
is it updated? Is it updated? Is it updated?
Right.
You don't have to go check.
Right. So it automatically just will update all of your top favorites without even having to do anything besides turn on your computer, right?
Right, and it's
let it update.
News, blogs. Most blogs are RSS. Most podcasts are RSS. The new browsers these days will often pop up a little window that says, there's an RSS feed on this page. Do you want to subscribe to it?
Right.
And if you do, then it'll push to you. So RSS is a great way to subscribe, and you can use the buttons on our website to subscribe to the podcast. And what would that website be?
www.neo-fight.tv. You just want to make sure I'm paying attention.
That's right. Make sure you're awake. And that is all the time we have for this week. Thank you for watching. Make sure you go to www.neophyte.tv.
In case you missed it when I said it.
You're supposed to say it like 3 times in a row or something. Isn't that what the telemarketers do?
I think so.
To make you memorize the phone numbers, they have to say the
right.
phone number at least 3 times.
It's like that what's that one song? 8675309.
Oh no! No, that's in my head. It's going to be a week before I can get that out of my head. Thank you very much.
That one song. Who doesn't remember that number now? Everybody knows it.
Everyone knows it. I wonder who actually has that number.
I don't know. I don't know.
Let's call it after the show.
Right. Really, should we use our
I wonder if it's someone named Jenny.
Thanks for watching, folks. We'll see you next week.
We'll see you. Thanks.